What's up, brothers? So today I'm going to be doing a tier list on how I feel about all the League of Legends champions. This is just a special video for my 1,000 subscriber special on this channel. I'm going to hit it probably in 2 days, maybe even tomorrow. By the time I'm recording this, Viego has not come out yet, so I don't have any opinions on him. But I don't want to take too much time. I just want to thank you all for the support on this channel, especially like in the last month. It's just been absurd to me. But yeah, let's get on to it. I'm going to be going really fast. If you have any questions, just feel free to ask me in the comments and I will expand on them more. So let's just start. So Aatrox, I think he's good. Aatrox has a lot of counterplay, and I just think Gourd Drinker is a little overpowered right now. Once Gourd Drinker comes down, I will thoroughly enjoy Aatrox. I think Ahri's also a really good champion. Champion has a lot of strengths, but also she has weaknesses that are also pretty vital and easy to take advantage of. I don't know where to put Akali. What they need to do is they need to make it so that pink wards can see her shrouds. So that pink wards can see her in Shroud, because that is the big thing. If they make it so you can see her in Shroud, for some reason Riot doesn't want to touch the Shroud ability, when that is 100% the most broken part of her kit. If you change Shroud, the champion is significantly different and plays different, and you play against her different, and you can buff the other stuff instead of having to balance around Shroud. Just change Shroud. I don't understand why they don't change Shroud. The champion would be so much more fun to play against. Alright, Ali? I don't feel one way or the other. I see an Ali on a team, I'm just like meh, and I have an Ali on my team, I'm like cool. I don't really care. Mumu, I don't really care. I don't see a Mumu a lot in high elo. He was really broken there for a little bit. Anivia, her buffs were in the recent patch were really good. She's a decent amount of fun playing. If you're playing in a mobile champion, I hate it. I hate it if you play in a mobile champ and they have an Anivia. It's so crippling. I actually really dislike Annie. For the longest time, for whatever reason, dude, whenever there's an Annie locked in on the enemy team, I just lose. I just straight up lose. For whatever reason, I just lose. I can't stand it. I don't like getting one shot out of nowhere. Yeah. I don't really like or dislike Aphelios. Even when he was strong, I didn't. A lot of the ADC mains knew that he wasn't actually as strong as he was being portrayed. He obviously has a lot of weaknesses in solo queue that the pros weren't actually taking advantage of at the time, which is usually the exact opposite. But in solo queue, you just see the rise of, like, maybe not the rise, but more AD assassins are common, so they kind of dumpster Aphelios, whereas in pro play, they don't play as many melee assassins, so... Or not even melee assassins. It's just melee champs lose into Aphelios. And then so when you bring assassins into the mix and they one-shot him, it doesn't matter because he's very fragile, very easy to get on. That being said, I don't really care. Ashe, I kind of hate the Imperial Mandate, and her W really annoys me. But I don't mind playing her. I don't mind playing against her all that much. I don't care. Aurelion Sol. Aurelion Sol's pretty cool. I'm gonna put it in here for the A-Soul mains, dude. Revert his W. Revert his W. Champ needs it. Poor guy. Azir. I think Azir is really cool. I don't hate him. I don't dislike him. He has a lot of strengths, weaknesses. He's like these two, except he doesn't piss me off, ever. Bard. I dislike Bard at this point. The champion's Q does not work. It'll hit anyone, anywhere. Blitzcrank. There's a lot of obvious counterplay to Blitzcrank, but I still don't like playing against it because it's just like the fear of always getting hooked. You just straight up lose. Brand. I hate having Brand on my team, and I don't like having Brand on the other team, so I'm going to just put it there. Braum is great. I like having Braum on my team. I don't dislike playing against Braum. I think that's maybe even fantastic. I think that's the show of a champion where it's like, yes, this is a good champion. He's not frustrating to play against, and he's not frustrating to have on your team. It's a great champion. Riot did a stand-up job with Braum's gameplay design, I would say. Caitlyn. I think Caitlyn's really good. Champ has a lot of strengths and weaknesses that you can exploit and that the Caitlyn player can try to avoid, and she's also way more skill expressive than some would believe. Yeah, I don't really have any complaints about Caitlyn. Camille. See, I love Camille. I love playing her. Her trading pattern in lane is stupid, broken, dumb. It's dumb. Her trading pattern is bad. It's not bad, it's just stupid. I hate that if you're even in a lane or ahead, then Camille's just gonna dumpster you. So for that, I'm gonna put it at the frowny face. I obviously really like playing Camille, but I can acknowledge the fact that her trading pattern is stupid. I really dislike Cassiopeia. Champ does so much damage and then has so much utility on top of it. I don't hate her. But whenever there's a Cassio on the other team, and maybe it's more of a frowny face. Whenever there's a Cassio on the enemy team, somehow they always snap. And then whenever there's a Cassio on my team, they always snap. I think that champion just maybe needs toned down a little bit. Cho'Gath, I don't know. I'm fine with playing against him in laning phase, you know, because I play every role except jungle pretty much. Fine with playing against him in lane phase. I'm fine with seeing him on my team, fine with seeing him on the enemy team, so it's probably more of a don't care. But I'm still really mad about Gargoyle Stone Plate and then one-shotting me, and this needs skip because it'll get demonetized. Corki, I don't like playing Corki, and I don't care either way. Darius, this champ elo inflates, swear to God. I don't dislike him. I think Ghost is just really, really good right now. Darius kind of takes over lane phase. I don't know. It's probably more at a frowny face than a don't care. Because I'll be honest, I don't like seeing Darius. Even on my team, because for some reason Darius players, they just have, I don't know. It's like the testosterone. I don't know. They like inject testosterone in themselves. Like whenever they load up League, except they don't inject it. It's just by logging in Darius, they just get a spike in testosterone, and then they throw games. But yeah, Diana. I think Diana's good. I don't hate seeing her on the enemy team. Champion has nice counterplay, doesn't do a ton of damage like other assassins to the point where it might feel unfair. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think the Diana rework was really successful after it got nerfed. When it was really good, it was just so absurdly broken. Draven, honestly, might be as a surprise. Draven, I think, is a good champion. He has a lot of counterplay. He's always pushing in the lane because of his axes. He's not very easy. Sorry, I stuttered on my words. Draven is really easy, incredibly easy to pilot in lane, but once you get into the team fights and stuff, he actually becomes more difficult and a lot more complex. I think that's really cool, but he has a lot of weaknesses you can exploit. Number one, so I was pushing in the lane. Number two, you can fire your skill shots where he's going to pick up the axe and then you get him. But if you don't exploit his weaknesses, you're just going to straight up lose in a 1v1 fight. Mundo is a stat check champ. I don't like seeing him, period. I just don't like seeing Mundo on my team or on the enemy team. It's before the Mundo rework. I don't like seeing him. Echo, dude, Dude, it's just his ult. It's his ult. I just hate his ult. I think Echo, okay, it's more of a frowny face. I don't want to dodge the game every time they have an Echo. And you know what? Same with Mundo. But whenever I see these two, I want to dodge the game, you know? But these two, Mundo and Echo, like, Mundo just being stat check is really obnoxious. And then Echo's ultimate is just so, like, I hate it, man. I really do hate it. I think Elise a great champion. I don't hate her. I don't hate seeing her on my team. I don't hate seeing her on the enemy team. Only time I really get pissed off at Elise is when she's one-shotting me at all stages of the game. But I mean, I walked into the Cocoon, you know, and Cocoon's not really an easy skill shot to land. I don't really know how you rework Evelynn, so I'm not going to put her in there, but I have a very strong hate for Evelynn, more so than these two champs. And I don't hate Ace-Soul. I just want to put that out there. I just want them to change his W. In all honesty, Ace-Soul's in the don't care. And I really want them to change Akali's Shroud. And I want them to lower Evelynn's damage. For some reason, Evelynn can always threaten you, like one-shotting you and stuff when she's 0-3 or like 0-5. Somehow she can always one-shot you if you don't play carefully, don't place control wards. I hate Evelynn. I hate Evelynn. You know what? I'm just gonna add oh, what did I do? Oh, what did I do? Oh no. Okay, wait. I think I know. Understand. I'm actually gonna add a hate row. I hate Evelynn. Literal hate. I hate her. And then with these two, I don't hate Ace-Soul, like I said earlier. He's more in the don't care. I don't hate Akali. Her Shroud just needs changed. I like Ezreal. Ezreal's my most played champ, so of course he's gonna be pretty high up there. I don't know. I don't hate seeing an Ezreal, even when he's strong. Feel like he has a lot of counterplay. Feel like the skill of the Ezreal player matters a lot in most cases, especially since he doesn't bring crowd control to the table or anything. He doesn't, you know, you don't really get carried by Ezreal. You are doing good whenever you do well as that champion. That's why he generally sticks below a 50% win rate even when he's really strong. It's because your skill on the champion matters. I hate Fiddlesticks. It's not a dislike. I hate Fiddlesticks. The champion gets a one-shot. It's a very, very boring champion. He just farms and then out of nowhere will fear you out of stealth. I hate Fiddlesticks. We're just on a hate train today because I also hate Fiora. Champion can be 0-5 and 1v1 a 21-0 Jhin. I think that's stupid. I know that's what the champion's designed to do, take towers fast, kill people solo. But even when my support's peeling me and I'm on an ADC, don't care if I'm a mobile. If I'm 21-0, I should be able to burst down Fiora easily. But yeah, I hate Fiora. I actually don't. A lot of my friends hate Fizz. I don't hate Fizz. I really don't, and I don't even dislike him. And I don't even frowny face. I don't care about Fizz. I know Playful Trickster is extremely obnoxious, and I know how slippery he is just so incredibly annoying. And ulting me with some of the waters and then just one-shotting me, that shit's annoying. But every time I get killed by Fizz, I feel like I deserved it. I don't really ever get killed by the champ and then go, you know what? That's stupid. I got hit by a skill shot. I got hit by Playful Trickster. I don't hate Fizz. His laning phase is a little too strong. Other than that, it's fine. I don't care about Galio. Champion doesn't really make me mad, do anything. I think GP is a really good champion. Once again, like a lot of the champs in this tier, Gangplank has pretty obvious counterplay. He does suck for some lane matchups, and I think he's supposed to have mana issues, but then he doesn't have mana issues, which kind of sucks, but he still gets dumpstered. I'm fine with it. Garen's fine. I don't really care about Garen. He has this place for newer players to learn the game. I think it's a good champ. I really like Gnar. On my team and the enemy team, I feel like Gnar is one of the only characters that's really fun to play against and fun to play as and with. I think Gnar is a great champion. I think Gragas is a great champion. Somehow mine always being bad kind of pisses me off, because whenever I see Gragas top, I'm like, oh, it's another bad player, and it always is another bad player somehow, phenomenally, every time I get a Grag. But like, other than that, I'm totally fine with Gragas. I think Graves is at the dislike right now. I used to play Graves like as like one of my mains when I was in season 5, when he was still in ADC, or season 4. No, season 5. Graves used to be an ADC. He didn't used to be a jungler. I loved Graves ADC. He got moved to the jungle. I don't play jungle, never played jungle, never enjoyed jungle. So I really don't like the direction that the Graves rework went. Every other champ rework was great. I just hate Graves. And then somehow he's always in the meta. Always. Like he's always one of the top champions picked in solo queue. I just don't understand how Riot just doesn't nerf him. They just don't want to do it. Hecarim. Hecarim's honestly almost at the hate point. This champion is stupid AF. They need to change it. I honestly want nerfs for this champ. I never hated Hecarim until last season when he was just rolling over everyone. I really have a hatred for this champion at this point, and it's not because, oh, his design's bad, or oh, his kit's bad, or like any of this stuff, or his kit's toxic like I think these champs are. Hecarim's fine. It's just he's so overtuned at this point. He needs to get nerfed, and it's just a jungle role in general, but that's an entirely different topic. Donger, I think Donger's kind of fun to play. It's just so goofy. I never really get 2v1 by towers, never see anyone get 2v1 by towers anymore, you know, now that I'm in higher elo. I used to not like Donger because I would play top, mid, all that stuff, and he's just kind of a nuisance there, but honestly, I don't care about Heimerdinger, he's fine. Honestly, I think Illaoi is great. She has her place against melees, she can turn 2v1s really easily, but she's also really kiteable, like super duper easy to kite. I don't mind seeing an Illaoi on my team, and I don't mind seeing it on the enemy team. Actually, when it's on the enemy team, I'm like, cool, I get to kite somebody this game. If Irelia wasn't so broken, I would have her in Fantastic. But the champion has just proved to be such a nuisance since release, I'm gonna only put her in the good tier. She has a lot of, like, once again, a lot of strengths, but I feel like a lot of the counterplay to Irelia is them messing up. It's not the champion, it's them. You can exploit things about Aatrox, you can exploit things about all these champions, but I feel like Irelia, it's like, oh, she missed her E, let's go. Or, oh, she whiffed her ult, let's go. Like, stuff like that. Or, oh, she just doesn't have enough stats to compete with me. I feel like it's less, I don't know, champion dependent, I guess? I don't know. Ivern. I don't find Ivern annoying to play against. I love having him on my team. This is one of the more, I don't want to say different, but one of the more unique champions that's come out, especially recently. Or not especially recently. But Ivern's really unique, and somehow he isn't obnoxious or overbearing. Even right now when he's really strong, I'm totally fine with Ivern. I think they did a good job with this champion. Unfortunately, not a lot of people play him because he's even more PvE than the junglers. Janna, honestly, I think she's in need of a minor rework. I feel like the champion's a little weak or outdated, maybe. I think she's fine, though. I don't really care about Janna. I don't like having her on my team, and whenever I see him on the enemy team, I'm like, cool, I get to dumpster somebody in lane. Yeah, I think Janna might need a mini rework, to be completely honest. I don't mind J4. He's one of the only like skill expressive tanks. I don't love playing against him because I think his R is just so jank. If you get hit by his ult, you are automatically inside. You can't flash out of it, or like you can't flash out of it as he's ulting you. It pulls you back in. You waste flash. You can't do like certain spells out of it. You can't tumble. I really do not like his ult Cataclysm, like playing against it, but I think the champion definitely has his place and he's more skill expressive than a lot of the other tanks. Jax, I think Jax is a good champ. I don't know. I really like Jax. I don't mind seeing him on the enemy team all that much, but that champion snowballs like just so absurd. I hate seeing a snowball Jax because he gets to a point where it feels like he has absolutely no counterplay because of his ult. And he just is a tank. For someone, he just becomes a tank. But no, I think he's fine. I think he has a lot of obvious counterplay that for some reason top laners are like, he used this E, I can't do anything. When you can do something, walk away, wait for it to go out, and then shit on him. He does not have good base stats. But yeah, I was actually a Jace, not one trick, but I played him and Kled only top lane for an entire season. And I got to diamond that way. I think Jace is great. Maybe not good. I don't mind seeing him on the enemy team, but I hate laning against him because he's such a nuisance. And then somehow, even if he gets put behind, he'll somehow find his way back into the game whenever I'm playing against him. And yeah, but basically Jace is just supposed to be really good early game and then fall off steadily as the game progresses. I don't like laning against him, but other than that, I think Jace is really good. Okay, Jhin. Jhin is one of the best designed champs thematically, gameplay-wise, everything. With that being said, I hate playing against him, so he's only going in great. I would understand if you wanted to put him in fantastic. I would agree with you if I didn't hate playing against him. I think Jinx is really good. She nails everything. I think Jinx is really good. Monster late game. Her items need buffs for some, or her numbers or just something. She doesn't do enough damage for what you're supposed to scale into. But other like that's just a Riot thing right now, so if they could just change that, it'd be great. I feel like Jinx has really fallen out of the meta ever since champs like Samira, Aphelios. Like Aphelios that damages her, Samira resets and kills faster than her. I don't think Jinx is in need of a mini rework or anything, like I think maybe Janna is, but I think that she needs a buff. Kai'Sa, I hate that she can build whatever she wants. I really do. I think that's stupid, but I also play her, so I abuse it. I don't know where to put her. I don't hate playing against her even right now when she's really, really strong, like the best ADC in the game, almost undisputed. But that's one thing. I hate that she can build whatever she wants on God's green earth or Riot's. I don't know, dude. I think that she can build anything, like AP 80. I think that's dumb. I hate that. Kalista, I'm fine with Kalista. I never even found her annoying, mostly because whenever she was released and was stomping on everyone, I was still in gold or plat, so I didn't really get to see like really high level Kalista. But I think the champions, I think they're in a good spot now. It's really rare for that to happen. The champion was so problematic at release, and then they become like a decent pick in the meta. I feel like everyone was saying that Kalista would never be good or like just okay. Like Kalista would never just be okay, but I really think she is just okay right now. I feel like you can play her at a high level and climb, and then I think she's skill expressive enough and she has enough weaknesses and stuff, especially in the current meta. I think Kalista is a really good champion. It's just her release was so bad for like top level play. Karma, I don't care. I like Karma's position in the game. She is a more like aggressive mage support, which I think is really unique, and no other bot laner really plays like that. She has a really strong laning, not really strong, but she has a strong laning phase, especially compared to a lot of the other mage supports and supportive mages. I think Karma's great. I like Karma on my team, on the enemy team. It is a little annoying to play against because I feel like you literally have to miss Mantra Q. Like, you would have to try to miss Mantra Q. But, yeah. Karthus, I dislike Karthus thoroughly. The champion, extremely boring to watch. I don't like playing with him all that much. I hate playing against him. But I don't know. He's not quite at the hate. While he's ruined a lot of solo queue games for me, and I hate the idea that he goes in and dies and then one-shots your entire team because he can cast his ult for free, he's not quite at the level of hatred that I feel for these three champions. I do strongly dislike Karthus, though, especially in the jungle when you can just cast ult whenever. I really don't like that. Cassidy, somehow this champion was broken the entire, like, all of last season, and they never touched him. Um, I don't really hate Cassidy. I think normally he has his place, but for some reason, whenever I play against him, he always hits level 16, and my mid laners pick a really horrible matchup into him and then complain about Cassidy when they could have just literally picked a better champion. But I think Cassidy's fine. Katarina, I don't hate or dislike her. I don't frowny face her. I don't like her either. I just want to understand what Katarina players are doing. I can't tell. I try to play the champion, and I can't. I'm gonna just put her in the don't care, to be honest. Kayle, I feel like she's too strong early game for the monster that she becomes. I think I always say that Twitch is the best late game character, or the best late game ADC now, is what I try to say, because I don't see enough Kayle to know the meta's too fast. I don't see enough Kayle to be like, yeah, Kayle's actually better late game. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm gonna put her at the frowny face just because I feel like, once again, I have to rely on my top laner to dumpster her while she can be dumpstered, and then somehow they never follow up and do it. Kayn, this champ might be in the hate, honestly. Dislike or hate, I really thoroughly dislike Kayn. All the Kayn players, they're dickheads, dude. Every Kayn main is an asshole for some reason. Then I played the champion recently, go 8-0. I don't understand that you don't literally just hit challenger just from locking in the champion. I have a strong dislike for Kayn. I don't think I hate him as much as I hate Evelynn, Fiddlesticks, or Fiora, mostly because I feel like you can outplay him even when he's Shadow Assassin. You can outplay him. You can dodge Ross W. Not really easily, but you can still dodge it. Healing is a really toxic mechanic. He's on the teetering. He could be in dislike or hate depending on how my day is going, to be completely honest with you. Kennen, I think Kennen's fine. He's one of the only AP top laners, but I don't know. I think he's a little toxic. Just the resistances that he gets on his Z, and then being able to like one-shot entire teams with his ultimate. I feel like a lot of the times it just feels like that champ has no counterplay if he's ahead. That's why he's in the frowny face instead of the don't care. Kha'Zix, I'm actually totally fine with Kha'Zix. I don't know if he's good, but I just genuinely don't care about Kha'Zix. He's only pissed me off a few times, and that's pretty rare for an assassin. But no, I don't hate Kha'Zix. I don't think he's a great champion either by any stretch of the imagination. I think the bounty system on Kindred's really cool, and she's the first marksman jungler that they came out with. I think she might be a little too strong early and then scale way too good. I feel like they need to choose, like, hey, she's strong early or she's weak early, or hey, she's great late game or weak late game. It kind of depends on how you use the bounties, because she can get to like 700 range, like legitimately on average get to 700 range. Maybe not on average, but consistently get to 700 range. I think other than that, she's completely fine. I just wish that they would make the counterplay a little more obvious to things other than Lamb's Respite, her ultimate. For those, I said earlier, I love Kled. I love playing against him, or maybe not love playing against him, but totally fun playing against him, mostly because I understand his weaknesses, his strengths. I love playing him. I like having him on my team. I'm fine with having him on the enemy team, other than when his ult bugs and he just teleports on top of you. That can be annoying, but that's a bug that Riot needs to fix. It's not really Kled's fault. I think Kled's awesome. I love Kled. Kog'Maw, I don't like playing him. I don't like playing against him because it's not fun to punish Kog'Maw. You just have to wait for his W to be off cooldown, because if you try to fight him while he has his W, you just lose the trade. For that, I'm going to put him in the frowny face. Plus, all my games, whenever I play against Kog'Maw, they pick Lulu, and it's literally just a resident sleeper lane. I don't know where I put LeBlanc. Honestly, I don't care about her too much. When she's absurdly fed, though, it's obnoxious, man. I do not like playing against a fed LeBlanc, but that's the nature of the champion. She needs to end the game before 25 minutes, or else it's just a waste. I think Lee Sin is one of the other fantastic champions. They did a great job with Lee Sin. Super skill expressive. I have genuinely no complaints. Leona, I'm getting really tired of seeing Leona every single game. They're so easy to play, so easy to just lock people down. Honestly, I don't know where I put her. She's not quite at the dislike for sure. Maybe in the frowny face. I'm tired of seeing Leona every game though, man. Every game, just nerf her already. Please nerf her. Lilia? I don't care about Lilia. I didn't like her on her release because she was really bad and weird to play, and now that I see her a lot more often, I think she's fine, but I feel like her movement speed, it's just like, if you don't have a counter to it, dude, she can just take over the game. It's so annoying. Lissandra, I don't know if she's in a don't care or a good champ. You know, I'm gonna put her in good champ. I don't get annoyed when I see it on the enemy team. I don't like, I'm not like, yes, a free win whenever she's on my team. I think it's a well-designed champion. Lucian. Know a lot of the top laners and mid laners really hate Lucian. Because he's balanced around the bot lane, like being strong there, and then he just dumpsters whenever there's not like a support to keep him in check or like another player to keep him in check. That's kind of just how bot lane rolls. I think Lucian is probably in the good, mostly because he's one of the, maybe not one of the big 3 champs I play, but he's my 3rd highest mastery champion. I really like Lucian. I love Lucian, dude. I just love him, but I can understand the frustration that comes from playing against him in the mid or top roles. That's really frustrating, but somehow Lucian mid and top players always seem to be absolute dog shit. So I mean, I take that with the grain. I don't know. Take that how you will. I'm at the point where I dislike Lulu. I used to have her at the frowny face and even in the don't care at one point, but Lulu has gotten to the point where she pisses me off. The constant shielding, the fact that she's not bad in lane, similar to Karma. She's not bad in lane, and then she also scales pretty well, unlike Karma. And then, yeah, Polymorph is annoying. The shields and the ult is stupid. I get annoyed by Lulu now. Lux, I don't really care about Lux. If you get hit by a binding, you die. I feel like maybe that's the way it should be. Other than if she's O2, dude, I kind of hate that she can one-shot me, but literally every mage is like that. But I think Lux is fine. I'm at a strong dislike for Malphite. He always countered the 2 top champs I played, being Kled and Jace, so I would always actually ban him. I don't like playing against him now. He has like no counterplay for an ADC. Like the only champ I can play is like Xayah, and then ult whenever he ults. I find that champ extraordinarily obnoxious. I used to dislike Malzahar when I was a little younger, but I think Malzahar's fine. I understand his role. He's absolutely no mobility. Yeah, I think Malzahar's fine. I don't really care about him. Okay, Maokai. Honestly, I just hate the meta that's right now with Maokai. Just build Imperial Mandate, go bot lane, spam your saplings. That is so obnoxious. It's so incredibly obnoxious. But once you take that out of the picture, I genuinely don't care about Maokai. But for right now, just due to how absurdly broken he is, I'm going to put him in the frowny face. But just know, Maokai's usually in the don't care. But this patch, Maokai with Imperial Mandate, sapling spam, bot lane, is absurdly obnoxious, man. I'm at the point where I dislike Master Yi. For some reason, Master Yi just like he just pops off every single game, and then whenever he's on my team, he doesn't gank, he doesn't do anything, and then the game ends when he's 0-0-0. Plus the rise of the funneling, I have a bad taste in my mouth ever since funnel was a thing. I don't know. I feel like Master Yi doesn't have he's just a little too strong, honestly, and he still is a little too strong, even in higher elo. Miss Fortune, I'm completely fine with MF. I'm completely fine with her. I would even say that she's probably one of the good champs. I don't mind playing against her, other than with Arcane Comet spam, which is really broken right now. Maybe not really broken, but it's definitely good right now. Okay, Mordekaiser. I don't like or dislike Mord. I think his ult's annoying. Other than that, I'm completely fine with them. I think Morgana's one of the great champs in League. There's a lot of skill expression, yet she's easy to pick up. Spell Shield is really annoying to play against if you're on certain champions like Thresher, Blitzcrank, but other than that, I think she's perfectly fine. I would never change Morgana. Honestly, I dislike Nami. I don't like seeing it on my team, and I don't like playing against it. Ebb and Flow is really annoying. You never win trades with her. That's it. I just don't like Ebb and Flow. Nasus is fine. I don't like seeing him on my team, and I like seeing him on the enemy team because it's just another champion I can kite. Literally just Bird Mercurial, you're fine. I love having Nautilus on my team. Hate seeing him on the enemy team. I don't really know where to put him. I think he's fine. I feel like everything about Nautilus is perfectly fine, other than the amount of damage he does in his Q hitbox. And okay, never mind. Lock on ulti's really effing annoying, dude. I'm gonna put Nautilus down here. I thoroughly dislike Neeko. She's kind of like Kayn, and where like just depending on my mood, she could be in this hate tier list. I really do not like Neeko, mostly because I'm just easy to fool, dude. There's this one game where I was playing Talon mid, and they had a Yuumi Neeko, and then Neeko would always dress up as the Yuumi, and I would always fall for it and get ulted and die. But I don't like playing against Neeko, man. I really don't. I think Nidalee's one of the great champions. She doesn't bring a lot to the table, unfortunately, whenever you have her on your team, so I'd rather not have her on my team, if I'm being completely honest. But there, like I said, there's a ton of Nidalees that just like hyper backpack, and you know, it's a terror to play against sometimes and really terror to play with sometimes. I think Nidalee's one of the great champions, extremely skill expressive. Unfortunately, she doesn't bring a lot of utility to the table, so she's only in the great instead of fantastic. But all right, Nocturne is also in the dislike tier. His ultimate is really annoying. There's very little counterplay to actually getting ulted, but right now he has like a 41% win rate. I would really prefer to see this champ reworked and then have his ult changed. I don't like his ult. He's unstoppable. He gets a spell shield. He one-shots you. I don't know. It's like AP Malphite, except everyone's screen goes black. All right, well, we're going to get a lot of dislikes out of the way because I really don't like playing against Nunu, and I love having him on my team. The champion is just an absolute solo queue terror. It is so easy to play, does really good damage. It just is absurdly tanky. His consume is so annoying. He's not at the point of hatred, but like Kayn and Neeko, he could get there. He really, I don't know. He's not quite like Kayn and Neeko. He's like with Nami. He's like, yeah, I hate them just a little bit more. I hate seeing Olafs every day. Every single day I play the game, I see an Olaf. It's the same with Leona. It's the same with Graves. I want to stop seeing the champion. I don't understand why they just don't hit him with a little bit of nerf so that more champions can come into the meta instead of just having Olaf just a staple in the jungle. I really wish they would just change it already. I think Orianna is one of the great champions in League. Maybe if not fantastic. I'll go with fantastic. Orianna's skill expressive, easier to pick up. Not easy to pick up by any stretch of the imagination, but I like seeing Ori on my team. I'm fine with playing against her. Once again, I think that's one of the staples of a fantastic champion. Ornn, he's a little too tanky for my taste, but other than that, oh, I moved Ashe. Where did I have Ashe? I'll say I had her in here, but Ornn, I think Ornn's a good champion. Really unique for a tank. He's really, really tanky. But, I mean, that's kind of his point. I like Ornn. I do like Ornn. I'm fine with playing against him. I like seeing him on my team. I like Ornn. Honestly, if we're talking about only support Pantheon, it's in the hatred tier. Support Pantheon is absolutely stupid, brainless. Like, I hate Pantheon support. If we're talking about regular Pantheon, I don't care. I don't care. The champion has strengths and weaknesses. He's not supposed to scale well, but honestly, I think it's his E and his W. W proc and press the attack, support, all that stuff. I really don't like Pantheon anymore. He might be in the dislike. Support Pantheon put a horrible taste in my mouth. Poppy, I think she's a little bit too of a counter pick thing than just a general great champion. I feel like it's too reliant on them having a ton of mobility, but other than that, like her W, I think Poppy's actually like a fantastic champion. I think she's really cool, fun to play, good design. She has like really expressive facial animations. I like Poppy. I really do. I don't hate seeing her. I like playing with her. I like playing as her. Honestly, she's like one of the she could be fantastic. I just think she's a little too counterpick heavy to actually have consistently. I don't dislike Pyke, just probably because I play him. That's probably why I don't dislike Pyke. But I just find Pyke extremely annoying how it's just one of the most snowbally champs in the game. If you land, you could be down 3,000 gold, and if you get a pentakill with Pyke's ult, you're in the game. You're just straight up in the game at that point. But I don't hate seeing him. I don't hate playing against him. I'm fine with having him on my team. I couldn't care less. He's in the don't care, but maybe he's in the frowny face because just the amount of stuff that he can do with mobility and his ult, I think is really dumb. If Qiyana was a more frequent champion, she would be in the hate tier. If she was played a lot like these champs, she would be in that tier. I really do not like Qiyana at all. I hate her attitude. I hate her ultimate. I hate how mobile she is. I really, really, really do not like Qiyana. And if she was less skill expressive, then she would be in the hate tier 100%. I'll be honest, I don't care about Quinn. I don't see her enough. I like playing as her, but she's not like a good champion, you know? I like Rakan. I think Rakan might be fantastic, maybe good objectively, but just because I play him a ton. Like I said in one of my I've said it in a ton of videos, I'm pretty sure, but I was like the third best Rakan at one point, and I don't even main support. But I really do thoroughly enjoy Rakan. I don't hate seeing him on the enemy team. I'm fine with I like having him on my team. I don't hate seeing him on the enemy team. Once again, I think that's one of the marks of a great champion, and I think him and Xayah, I could just put Xayah up here too. But them not being completely reliant on each other is great. That's what needs that needs to happen. I don't care about Rammus. I find him pretty easy to kite for most of the ADCs I play. I don't care about him. Rek'Sai honestly just feels a little bit too strong with Prowler's Claw, but other than that, I don't care. Rell hasn't been out long enough for me to form an opinion about her, so once again, I don't care. Renekton is too effing strong early, dude, and then scales into the mid-game fine but falls off late. I don't think he's in the frowny face, but I do dislike Renekton. Maybe not dislike, because that's on here, but you guys get what I'm saying. I am a little annoyed to see Renekton, but whenever they lock him in, I don't go like, ugh, like I would with these champs, but I'm like, okay, Renekton, you know? Rengar is, he feels so strong. Every game I see him in, he gets fed. But honestly, he's really skill expressive. I like where he is. I'm gonna put him in good. I haven't been one shot by him enough, I guess. I think Riven's good. I think she was abusing Gore Drinker a little bit too much there for a bit, but I think she's completely fine. Rumble's ult does too much damage. Other than that, he's fine. His ult and, okay, even his early damage is just kind of absurd. And even if he's just a little bit ahead, he just nukes people. It's really annoying. I don't know if Ryze is good, but I think Ryze is fine. I feel like a lot of the dedicated Ryze players have kind of just stopped playing him, which is unfortunate. Just too many reworks and stuff, and then they removed a ton of the complexity from his kit, which kind of sucks. I really like Samira. I don't hate seeing her on the enemy team, even though she's a little strong right now with Immortal Shield Bow. But IMO, she doesn't have like super duper obvious counterplay, but you can play against her. Don't pick range champs. Don't pick range champs and then pick champs that can like root her or silence her when she gets to that 6 stacks. I don't think it's really hard, and that's why her win rate isn't as high as, you know, it was before. We figured out the counterplay to her, at least most of us have, because she still gets banned in a ton of games. I don't think she's as strong as people say, but she is very strong, and I think she honestly is almost at the point where she should be. I feel like she's not overbearing, and I feel like she's not underpowered either. I feel like she is in a good spot. She might need a tiny nerf, but other than that, I think she's completely fine. Sejuani, I think, is a great champion. Fun to play as, even as a tank. I don't hate seeing her on the enemy team. She has a unique thing with melee champs on her team. I think Sejuani's great, maybe even fantastic. Senna really annoyed me for a bit there, but I kind of realized all of her weaknesses through playing her an a ton, man. A ton. I'm gonna put her in good. Probably because I haven't been playing against her enough recently, especially since I was spamming her myself. Seraphine, man, like, I don't like having her on my team. I don't like seeing her on the enemy team because I think she's annoying. That champion just isn't, I don't know. She isn't very unique, it feels like. I feel like they were really just trying to grab money out of all the people that would simp for her, to be completely honest. I think Set is a fantastic champion. No mobility, or maybe not no mobility, but he does his job, he does it well. I feel like you might need to lower the base numbers and then increase the numbers for actually building items for him instead of him just being able to go support all the time. Other than that, I think Set is great. I think he fulfills the role. He's not supposed to go like into, you know, mage's bot lane and stuff like that because he just kind of gets dumpstered. I think Set's good. I really don't care about Shaco like a lot of the other ADC mains do. I know a lot of ADC players hate Shaco. I don't hate Shaco at all. I don't like seeing Shen on the enemy team, and for some reason my Shen never gets clutch ults. I'm going to put him in this. I really do find Shen's ultimate to be extraordinarily obnoxious. I don't care about Shyvana. Singed is one of the most uninteractive champions in the entire game. I don't dislike having him on my team or the enemy team, but to be completely honest, he's one of the most interactive champions in the game and probably needs a rework. I'll be completely honest. This champion was not designed for the League of Legends that is today. He needs changed. I think Sion's good. He's one of the few tanks. I keep saying he's one of the few tanks, and then I put a ton of tanks up here. But I feel like Sion's really unique. I like Sion. I like having him on my team. Don't care about him on the enemy team. I think that's good. He could even be great or fantastic, to be honest. But I think he is a little boring for me to play personally, so I don't have him up here. But Sivir just got caught up in power creep, dude. I don't like having one on my team. I like seeing one on the enemy team, but no one picks her anymore. Sivir might need a rework. Or just like maybe 525 range. For some reason, every Skarner player I see is an absolute asshole. So like that immediately makes me want to put him in this tier. But honestly, I don't care about him all that much. I do kind of hate that you have to buy QSS. But yeah, I'll put him in here just because of the QSS thing. I'm fine with Sona. I feel like she might be a little bit too annoying early game, but that's more of a matchup thing. And in that case, Sona did a good job picking Sona in that case, so I'll just put her in the don't care. Honestly, I'm fine with Soraka too. The amount of healing is a little obnoxious, especially if she goes top lane and gets levels and stuff, but I feel like she has pretty obvious counterplay at this point, and I don't think her healing is as obnoxious as stuff like Red Kayn or Gore Drinker. I think Swain's a little bit too strong, but other than that, I don't care. I really like Sylas, but I understand that he's really toxic to play against. His lore is really, really good. His ult is like really unique. I know that, you know, it's like, oh, he just steals the other ultimates. I don't know. I think it's cool. It's unique and it has a lot of skill ceiling. That's what I like. I like seeing good plays from Sylas. I like Sylas. Syndra one-shots me too much, bro. She really does. I mean, it's not as consistent as like these champs down here annoying me, so I'll put her in the frowny face, but dude, she one-shots me too much. Tahm Kench is annoying, and I feel like that's what he should be. He's more of a Poppy. He doesn't really engage fights. He's like a tank that just kind of chills, peels the backline, stuff like that. I think he's fine. I used to really, really hate him when he was broken, but right now, I think he's fine. I think Taliyah is one of the fantastic champions in this game. Oh, not Kindred. I don't know where I had Kindred. I'll put her there, I guess. But Taliyah is a great champion. I really do like Taliyah. One of the best designed champions in the game, in my honest opinion. She has a lot of, like, once again, don't hate seeing her on the enemy team. Like having her on my team. And then she is fun to play and isn't annoying to play against. Good champion. Riot did an amazing job with her. Talon is like little man Zed. I find parkouring bot lane to be really annoying, and he gets out of every situation and then is another gore drinker abuser, but honestly, I don't care. I think Taric is also, once again, one of the great champions, or maybe even fantastic champs in this game. He's similar to Braum. He's finally one of the melee supports that goes bot lane that doesn't want to permanently be fighting. He even scales better. Like, he just scales. I like that a lot. A melee champion that scales bot like a support. I think that's awesome. I really do wish that they did more of this stuff. I don't like playing against Teemo in lane. I don't like seeing him on the enemy team, and I don't like seeing him on my team. That would usually put him in the dislike, but he's so underplayed in higher elo, I'm just going to put him in the frowny face. I understand that a lot of people like Thresh, but I just find his versatility to be extremely annoying whenever there's a good one, man. But I understand that it's a good Thresh, so I'm going to put it in good. But I find his versatility, how every single ability can be used in so many different ways for peeling, engaging, like just everything. It's so versatile, I find it kind of annoying that one champion can do that much, but at the end of the day, you have to try to be good at him, and maybe if I understood him more, I would do it. Or I would get it, not do it. I like Tristana. She's my most played this season. I understand that she does just straight up invalidate some ADCs, but you picked her, right? I wish she was more good more often, you know? Like, she's good right now, but I wish she was more consistently, like, in meta. I don't care about Trundle. I never see him, and I honestly like the idea of him stealing the stats of other people, but I understand he's a pretty one-dimensional and kind of a stat check champ. I'll put him in the don't care just because I don't see him, but honestly, if he wasn't stat check, I'd put him in good. Tryndamere is in the dislike. I really strongly do dislike Tryndamere. Even in higher elo, I watch higher elo VODs to see, you know, what they do about Tryndamere, man. It's always sacrifice one person. It's always try to sacrifice whoever's doing the worst and then kill him after he kills that one person. I find it extremely obnoxious that how you take care of a champion is to let go of one of your own champions, like one of your own players. I think that's annoying. That's really annoying. Twisted Fate is one of the fantastic champs in this game. It just straight up. I don't even think I have to explain myself here. Twisted Fate is a fantastic champion. Twitch IMO is a great champion. He's less traditional ADC that still is like one of the best late game characters. I like Twitch. I like Twitch a lot. Udyr needs a rework. I'm not even gonna bother talking about it. Rework Udyr. I don't really care about Urgot, to be honest. I also don't care about Varus because even when he's popular, not a bunch of people play, or not popular, but good. Not a bunch of people play him. I think Vayne's fine, but I understand she's... playing against Vayne top, dude, is so annoying. It's really, really annoying, and I feel like her passive might need a mini rework, but that's it. I think Vayne's fine. Veigar one-shotting me gets annoying. Cage gets really annoying when I play champions like Rakan that need to be mobile. Honestly, I just put him in the don't care. I feel like he's also kind of skill expressive, which is rare for an immobile mage. Vel'Koz, I don't like seeing him on my team, and I don't like seeing him on the enemy team just because he can just be an artillery character. I honestly don't care about him all that much, though. I think Viktor's a good champion. I think he might even be great. I think Viktor's really cool. Actually, I'm going to put him in great. Vio just being able to lock me down in one place while not being touched is kind of annoying, but that's fine. Okay, I think we have only 2 more champions that I hate, and one of them's Vladimir. I can make an entire video just talking about how much I hate Vladimir. I can't hit him while he one-shots me. And his only weakness is, oh, he doesn't get priority in lane early. Dude, I can't abuse that as an ADC. I can't do anything about that. That's stupid. And then healing reduction doesn't mean shit to him because he heals so much. It's going to be the difference from him getting to 100% health to 80% health. From like 5%. It's stupid. I hate Vlad. I hate Vlad. If there was one champion down here, or no, in the game that I hate the most, 100% Vladimir. The next one that's coming up is, I don't know. They're more in line with these champs. But I hate Vladimir. I despise Vladimir. I think Volibear is really interesting and fun to play. I think like getting rid of towers is kind of annoying to play against, but no, I think Volibear is good. I think Warwick serves his purpose as a good like champion to learn jungle with. I'm gonna put him in great tier just because of that. I feel like they did a good job with the Warwick rework. In my opinion, it's one of the best reworks that Riot has done. I think Wukong's fine. He kind of doesn't have a weakness, which is annoying. He has a really strong laning phase, and then also matches split push champs really well. And then team fights better than the split push champs. Other than that, it's fine. Xayah's fantastic. It's my main. Of course, I'm gonna put her up here. I'm fine with Xerath. Very good strengths and weaknesses, but yeah, I think Xerath's good, maybe great. I don't care about Xin Zhao. I really don't. Yasuo annoys me. I hate Wind Wall. I really hate Wind Wall. Other than that, completely fine. I hate Wind Wall. Yone, is in the dislike though, to be honest. His E is broken as shit. The amount of mobility that's on one champion on multiple, dude, I don't like Yone. I really do not like Yone. To be fair, he's one of the less he's like lower on this dislike. Like if I had to order it, like Yone is almost in the like frowny face tier, along with like Master Yi, Bard, Annie, like that kind of stuff. I don't dislike him. Like every time I see him, I'm not like, oh my effing god, but I also don't like seeing him. Yorick's fine. It's just not popular. I don't care about Yorick. All right, this is the other champion I hate, Yuumi. I hate that the enemy bot lane could be 0-5. Yuumi could be 0-17. But if they have a Shaco that's 2-0, the game can be over. Or a Garen, or a Wukong, or like just like a Yuumi champion. I hate that. I hate that. Other than that, not being able to target her is super annoying. Her healing is super annoying, especially with how good Forbidden Idol is right now. I hate Yuumi. I hate Yuumi. If I had to order it, it's something like this. I really strongly dislike Zac. I hate that he can miss his slingshot and then still just Q you after an ult you. I hate that. Zed is so strong right now. I normally don't care about Zed, but holy shit, every single game that a Zed's in, he's having a huge impact on the game. Even on my team. He's too strong. Nerf him, please. I think Ziggs is good. One of the mages that's like good. Also, one of the mages that counters assassins, kind of, and is also good at sieging. I think Ziggs is good. Zilean ult is I don't like Zilean. Zilean's almost in the hate tier. Zilean's really annoying. I don't care about Zoe. I think Zoe's fine. And Zyra's damage is a little bit too high, but I don't hate seeing her on the enemy team, and I don't mind having her on my team, so she'll go in the don't care. Okay, well, this is my League of Legends tier list where I put all the champions. I really want to thank you guys for 1,000 subscribers on this channel. It means a lot to me, especially if you comment on every video. I love seeing you guys. I do feel like we're actually building a community on this channel, kind of like what we have on the main channel. I want to keep pushing that as much as I can. I just want to have a community. I want to be different from like other content creators that just shove gameplays in your face. But yeah, thank you guys for all the support up to this point. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys will keep clicking on my videos, commenting, so we can keep interacting. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. See you guys next time.